In the world of high-stakes career moves, timing isn't just a factor. It's the only factor that determines your ultimate value. Most candidates make the mistake of negotiating too early, often during the very first screening call. Others wait until after they've already said yes, only to find that the door to negotiation has already slammed shut. Today, we're identifying the exact window where your leverage is at its absolute peak. To understand the when, we first have to map out the standard hiring journey. It begins with the screening, moves through intensive interviews, and culminates in the final selection. The best moment to negotiate is after you have received the offer, but before you have signed the acceptance. This is your leverage window. It is the brief period where the power balance shifts entirely in your favor. Let's look at why negotiating during the screening process is a high-risk move. At this stage, your value hasn't been proven. If you name a number now, you're merely a line item on a budget sheet. The company is still looking for reasons to filter people out. Don't give them a reason based on cost alone. Your goal in the early stages is to remain flexible and focused on the role's scope and market alignment. On the other end of the spectrum, many wait until after they've verbally or formally accepted the role. Once you say yes, the company's problem is solved. Their incentive to find additional budget disappears instantly. Negotiating after acceptance feels like a bait and switch to an employer. It damages the relationship before you even start. First, they have chosen you. You are no longer one of many candidates. You are the solution to their specific problem. Second, you haven't committed. The role is still technically vacant, and the cost of starting the search over is high. Third, you finally have the full picture. You understand the expectations, the scope, and the team. Now, you can justify the number. When that offer arrives, your first response should always be gratitude and excitement. Thank you for the offer. I'm thrilled about the team. The conversations we've had have only increased my interest in the impact I can have here. Then, pivot strategically. I'd like to discuss whether there is flexibility in the total compensation package to align with the scope we've discussed. Notice the phrasing. Never ask, "Is this negotiable?" That is a yes or no question that invites a no. Assume there is a path. Remember, when you negotiate the package, you aren't just looking at the base salary line. Consider other high-value levers, like your start date, your remote work flexibility, or a dedicated professional development budget. Equity grants, signing bonuses, or a guaranteed performance review in 6 months can often be easier for HR to approve than a base salary increase. Think of compensation as a multidimensional puzzle. If one piece is fixed, look for another that can move. Your request should always be grounded in objective data. Align your request with the actual scope of the role and current market benchmarks. Bring evidence of the specialized skills you're providing and the specific revenue or efficiency goals you are expected to hit. When you show that your request is about market alignment rather than personal need, you remain a professional partner in the eyes of the company. To recap, wait for the offer to establish your value. Verify the full scope of the role. Then, and only then, negotiate the entire package. By mastering the leverage window, you ensure that you are being compensated for the full impact you're about to deliver. If you're currently in a hiring process and need help with your strategy, comment "offer" below. Up next, we're sharing 3 specific counteroffer scripts you can use word for word to secure a better deal. Thanks for watching, and remember, your value is defined by your results and your timing.